They've got 200 yards to come. It's horse against horse. Both of them driving. Seabiscuit leads by a length. Now Seabiscuit by a length for the half. Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit is the winner by 4 lengths.
How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another exciting video. Today, we're not touching this car, and we're not touching this car. We're touching her car. Yeah, she hasn't sold the Mustang, and I don't think she's going to anymore, which is great. We literally returned this car back to stock. Let me show you guys. As I walk out here in front of traffic, we returned the car back to stock as much as we could. Granted, the only thing we could really do was throw on the stock wheels. We can't get rid of the suspension because one, I'm not going to pay to have it undone, and two, I don't have the stock springs anymore. And then we can't undo the exhaust work because we cut up the factory exhaust. But the valved exhaust would be better than what was stock anyways. Well, this one didn't come with a valved exhaust. Today though, we're gonna be installing a few things that will just help spicing up just how sexy this car can be. Because I mean, from stock, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm sorry if my shadow's in the way, but yeah, I mean, it looks all right. It kind of looks like a rental car. It doesn't look all that aggressive yet. But we have some things coming, and we got some things today that should definitely help out and make this thing look 10 times more aggressive. And before you say, oh, you guys are ricing it out already, we already did some suspension, we already did some exhaust work. I went ahead and did what I could underneath the hood, as in removing the carbon traps, and these cars still aren't unlocked yet. Unless you go with a full-fledged Whipple kit or a Roush or something like that, you can't throw E85 at it. You can't really throw much at these. Now, some tuners do say if you throw intakes at these or long tubes, it'll auto adjust and stuff like that. I don't really want to void the warranty that bad just yet. So if we can go ahead and get maybe a Whipple kit or something that will keep the factory warranty, well, then that will be very nice for her, because this is now her daily. She sold her Lexus and this is all she's going to be driving from here on out. So let me show you guys what we got. Ta-da! Okay, we have a new rear valence, one that will match her quad exhaust much, much better. We have a new front grille, and we have a wing because it looks bald right now. It looks like a naked mole rat, and that needs to change. So we have to unload this. We have to swap the Mustang for the ZR1, and then we can get started on installing all of this. Hopefully I can do it all today. In fact, I'm gonna make myself do it all today. It'll probably be dark by the time we're done, but I'm gonna do my best. Now, this video is sponsored by Simply Carbon Fiber. And with the holiday season right around the corner, why not stock up on the perfect gift for that special someone right now? Right now, Simply Carbon Fiber is having their Black Friday sale. So take advantage of it and save big by shopping early and getting your Christmas shopping out of the way. You can shop for carbon fiber phone cases, carbon fiber accessories such as sunglasses, watches, etc. And right now they have their biggest sale of their year going on, their Black Friday sale, which ends in 5 days. So you guys need to take advantage of it now. Shop Simply Carbon Fiber. I will link them down below. Big shout out to Simply Carbon Fiber for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. Anyways, let me pull out this car and have her pull in her Mustang. We'll have two ponies in the garage. We'll call this the stable going forward. Two ponies in the stable. All right, so we got two ponies in the stable. We got the parts right here. We're gonna start with the wing. So the first thing we have to do is figure out how this one's attached. I'm assuming there's a couple 10 mils and that's it, but I guess we're gonna find out real quick. Probably underneath that cap right there and underneath this grommet. Let's go ahead and just quickly remove it. Oh, well, look at that. It doesn't get easier than that. Look at her. She's a car girl. Let's see if she can figure out how to remove it. Hey, round of applause. Let me have them. All right, I gave her the Milwaukee. Let's see how she does. Oh my God, look at her. So after a quick Google search, it is 2 bolts and then a bunch of 3M tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and start finessing it and get this bitch off. Went out, got some fishing line, got the wing removed, got to remove all of the adhesive. So let me remove that, and then we have to remove this little intermediate part. I forgot what Ford calls it, but this part actually comes off, and this is what holds the camera and you mount the wing to. So let me go ahead and take care of all this. All right, to make my life easier, I went ahead and threw it up on the quick jacks. To remove the grill on this car, it's a lot more than this vehicle. On this vehicle, it's 6 plastic clips and it comes out. On this one, we got to take off the whole front fascia. So it's got to come up in the air for that. It also has to go up in the air for the rear. And then we're going to swap out all the wheels as well. So might as well throw it up in the air. In the meantime, though, while I was doing that, Mammy went ahead and unwrapped some of the pieces. So here is their LED daytime running light front grille. You can see it deletes the pony badge, and you still have the intakes for your, your intakes. This car is a dual intake vehicle, and you can actually see the filters straight through there. Now, the cool thing with this new fascia is it opens this up a lot more. You could see Ford blocked it off somewhat. So this is gonna allow a lot more airflow into the vehicle. And then here is some of the pieces for the Dark Horse wing. Obviously not all assembled, but yeah, once we get the adhesive removed, we're gonna start tossing on the wing. All right, so we really quickly removed the little intermediate piece. That's right here. I fucked up a little bit with fishing line and scratched it a little bit. You can kind of see it right there. So Mammy's mad at me for doing that, but hopefully the wing covers it pretty good. Anyways, so now let's start puzzling this back together, and let's see where all this shit goes. So far I'm really liking how this wing goes together. There's pegs, the pegs slide in, the hardware lines up. He even provides you a 10mm T-tool, so that way you can get it nice and snug and you don't have to worry about over torquing. Once you get the hardware lined up, you might say, Drew, that's kind of ugly. You can see the hardware. He includes this little beauty piece, which slides over everything and covers it all up. And then we just put one more piece of black hardware right there, and this side is done. I'm gonna finish the other side. We'll put on the big blade, and then we'll slap it on the car. All right, so we're about to put on the, I don't know what they call it, the intermediate piece, the camera piece. Everything's plugged in. If you could just line up your hardware holes. You need to go up. Go up. Oh, there we go. Like, up with your fingers. Oh, it looks so fucking sick. Oh my God. All right, here we go. First look at it. First time closing the trunk. It's a little dirty. It's a little dusty. Let's ignore that. Damn. That looks good. That looks way better than before. You should have just bought a Dark Horse. You honestly should have just spent an extra 30 grand and bought a Dark Horse. That's good. So we didn't use any of the 3M just yet because she is gonna wrap the car. That looks really good. Looks really good. Check it out though, guys. Yeah, ignore all of the hand smudges. That looks great. And it's actually really sturdy too. Like, that thing isn't going anywhere, especially once we put on the 3M tape. Like I said, this is a temporary thing. She ain't gonna be doing $160 tomorrow, so it should be fine. Yeah, that is nice. That is secured. I like that a lot. Now I'm gonna do the rear valence, and I gotta figure out how the hell to do it.
So I went ahead and removed the rear valence. Make sure you read the instructions. I tried to do it without removing the rear bumper. You can't. There's a bunch of clips on both the top and sides. You have to remove the rear bumper. It's really not that hard. Just look it up and do it. But we have to transfer over the parking sensors, add a little bit of hardware, and then it'll just bolt right up. No modification required. After you do that, you follow their wiring diagram. Once again, very simple, very easy. I soldered my connections and everything worked perfectly.
Okay, please don't get mad at me. I got impatient. Check it out. Oh my God. This looks absolutely different. Like, looks like a whole different vehicle with just these two pieces alone. The rear end looks so much more aggressive. And it's not a wheel thing either, because we don't even have wheels on the car. It just looks so much better. So this rear valence has just a lot more, it's more depth, there's more detail, it's thicker, it's bulkier, it has little arrow pieces down there, like a little diffuser. And then it also has a fourth brake light as well as a different reverse light. So you can see that's how it looks obviously when it's off. And then if we go ahead and turn it on really quick, you can take a look at, that's the fourth tail light right there. And I don't know if this was intentional, but it matches like the silhouette of the Dark Horse wing. So I don't know, maybe a little hidden Easter egg, I don't know. But yeah, just these two pieces already, the rear end looks 10 times better. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the front grille now. I have it carefully resting in my Mustang. I have to pull off the front fascia and then we'll just start wiring and everything. Let me get this bumper off and then I will walk you through how to install it. All right, I got the bumper off. It's not too bad. Now, first step, we got to use a 7mm, remove the factory grill lights. They have these tiny pointless lights right here. Remove them from this. There's one on each side, obviously. Then we got to remove the other 7mm bolts and the white clips around the factory upper grill. That's what one of the white clips looks like right there. And then after that, you're ready to remove the grill itself. Honestly, pretty straightforward. Any of you guys can do this. Looking at both grills off the car, some obvious differences. We are losing the pony badge, but some minor improvements that I'm noticing. More airflow, less drag because of that pony badge. You notice that? And if you think that's nothing, why does the ZL1 hollow out their bow tie? Answer that. Anyways, looking at the air intake side, Ford clogs these up. These daytime running lights are gonna look super sick. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw this one in. And once we get the wheels back on her, she'll be good as new, bud.
They've got 200 yards to come. It's horse against horse. Both of them driving. Seabiscuit leads by a length. Now Seabiscuit by a length for the half. Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit is the winner by 4 lengths.
All right, guys, check it out in the daylight. Oh my God. Already, these 3 simple things transformed the car. So let's start up front. We got the i5 Auto Haas front grille with their running lights in it, and there they are with them on. There it is with them off. Still functional intakes, and I think they're even more functional now than they were before. So that might have actually helped out with some horsepower. You know, we'll chalk that up to like +2 horsepower right there. But much more clean look. The grill or pony badge delete looks nice, and it matches the OEM grills real well. Like it almost looks like a bullet style grill, even though I don't know if Ford has any plans of making a bullet style Mustang for this generation. It's a great looking front fascia. And the gloss black matches real well because this is the OEM cover and you can't even tell that it's a different shade or anything like that. It matches perfectly. Love it. Going to the rear, there is the Dark Horse spoiler with the Dark Horse rear valence. And it's the complete package back here. It makes the rear end look way more aggressive. It's a lot thicker, and it makes our custom quad tip just look way more OEM. We cut the factory valence, and it didn't have that look. It looked like a dude suffering with no chin. Now you got that nice beefy rear end, and it really just wakes up like the look of the rear end. There's a nice shot of it just centered up, and God, I love it. I love it so much. You could see with the 4th brake light as well. Not super bright or obnoxious. It's more of a low-key thing. I apologize that the car's dirty. It's been raining nonstop. I finally had a little opening and was able to come outside, but yeah, man, this is a great transformation. I love it. Alma loves it. And now there's just so much more we can do to just make it look that much better. As for plans for the future, I think the rear end is honestly pretty perfect like this. We might do side markers in the future, just the laser LED strip ones. They look nice. Same with the front. They both need to be tinted, so we'll have to get those smoked out when we get them. But the front end, although great with this front fascia, we do need some sort of front lip. It definitely is lacking in that department. It looks nice, it looks cool, and it's great that it doesn't scrape. But now the rear end is super beefy and super aggressive, and the front end is just slightly lacking in that aspect. And since the S650 is still in its early days, we're waiting to see what other fender options come out, because there are some like GTD style carbon fiber fenders, but that is a massive jump. We also want to start adding some more power to the car as well. We're in talks with Magnuson, so we'll have to see if that route works out. If not, we're really considering the Pro Charger just because she loves how a centrifugal sounds. And at the end of the day, it is her car, so whatever she wants to spend her money on, that's all up to her. I've also been taking this time to do a lot of research on the platform. I didn't know, but the performance pack comes with a different rear end as well as different rear gears. So this is a 315 rear end, which kind of explains why the gears are so long. The performance pack is 355. We're considering either 373s or at the very bare minimum go up to 355s. The only reason why we're on the fence about it is if we do boost the vehicle in the future, 355s would probably be more ideal, but 373s would definitely wake this vehicle up, especially in its NA stock configuration right now. So if you have any experience with 10-speed Mustangs, let me know down below, 355s or 373s. If we do boost it, keep in mind, we're trying to keep it road course compatible. We don't want 1,000-wheel horsepower. So Magnuson offers 2 kits. They have a stage 1 and a stage 2, ranging from about 700 crank horsepower to 800 crank horsepower. So obviously, if we're trying to road course this thing still, 700 horsepower is gonna be a lot more doable compared to 800 plus crank horsepower. But that paired with 373 gears might be a bit of an issue. So yeah, comment your thoughts down below, 355s or 373s. But yeah, big shout out to i5 Auto Haas. Love the parts. They came out looking amazing. Like, this front end is just way more sleeker in my opinion. And then, like I said, going to the rear, this is almost my favorite angle of the vehicle, just seeing the Dark Horse wing with the thickness of the wheel and tire setup. It's a great look, paired with the rear valence, of course, and the custom quad tip. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than this. Maybe a real Dark Horse would, but this is good enough for what we're trying to do with it. If Mammy had a real Dark Horse money, I'm sure she would have bought a real Dark Horse. But yeah, I think it's safe to say this car is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. So we got some big things coming for this build. Super cliche to say, but big things coming, bruh. Oh, and we also tossed on the ESRs. We are in talks with MV Forged about getting some of their new things dropping later this year or early next year. So if you're not a fan of the 18s, don't worry, we got something big in the talks, and it'll just help tie this all more together. These will still probably be like the track wheels, but we're gonna have some nice daily show car wheels coming. We'll just have to wait until those are dropped. Anyways, like I said, big shout out to i5 Auto Haas. I will link them all down below. Car looks beautiful. Car looks great. I like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm super impressed with the quality and the fit and finish of everything. It all looks OEM, which is great. Like, they even matched the OEM texture of like the plastic rear valences that come on these cars. And I was really surprised to see that. So let me know your thoughts down below. And if you could help me out picking rear gears for this vehicle, comment if you have any knowledge on the subject. Anyways, subscribe, and until next video, peace.